Shifting our attention to Dustin Lee Frazier, who continues working those isolated overnight shifts at an aging diner nestled in the Appalachian Mountains that many claim is haunted. This particular evening started off like any other, with him sharing his thoughts and recording his regular nighttime duties, until something unnerving disrupted his routine.
Okay, coffee is made. Well, whenever I say make coffee, it means I have to, like, I literally just have to press the button, but, I have to, like, put it in the filter, and that's just so tedious. I don't want to do all that, you know? Like, they don't pay me enough, honestly. But, anyways.
Following his exploration of some eerie sounds in one of the dining areas, Dustin makes a hasty exit, completely unaware that a frightening entity was lurking much nearer than he realized at the moment. But the strange occurrences don't end there. It remains a mystery what occurred in the final moments of the footage and why the camera appeared to end up inside the microwave, but numerous viewers suggested these supernatural figures could explain Dustin's odd actions. Could this be genuine evidence, or are we simply witnessing a well-crafted hoax? Share your thoughts in the comment section. This video was captured by the dashcam of user Molly the Lag, and as you will be able to hear, he and his friend were quite a bit uneasy the following night, since they had seen something on the streets that looked quite eerie to them. There have been numerous reports of fatal accidents on that stretch of road. What's weird is that after this incident, the man kept driving along the road that night, when they noticed a strange ball of light on the left side.
Weird. And there's a big light, and then there's got like a red helmet on or something like that, and it was coming out, and then I was looking at it and I was like, oh, this is the cop. I was thinking, I was like, oh, that's funny, what if it's a cop? And then they literally disappear. I saw it, like, it looked like a hologram, like when they disappear, yeah, and like one whole half of it disappears and the rest of it disappears. It looks like that. What? 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 I literally, I saw somebody on a bicycle or something like that.
What's really odd is that the streetlights seem to flicker and turn on and off when that thing is driving by, before it just disappears, making the two men believe that something otherworldly took place here.
And then it just disappeared like a hologram or something.
They called the police and told them what they had seen shortly after.
And the head looked like it looked over her. And it wasn't one of these street lights either, because it was really low to the ground. It was like, it was so close to us too. It was like car behind us.
And now we're taking a look at a video from a young man that was recording in a hospital. He was alone at night, nobody else was with him in the room, and let's hear the whole backstory featured on DKB.
Se trata de una grabación realizada al interior de una clínica y registrada justo por un joven quien, estando internado completamente solo en la habitación, sentía como si alguien o algo tiraba de su sábana.
Oh, something pulled his
Tomó
sheet.
su celular y comenzó a documentar lo que le estaba sucediendo. Jamás imaginó que momentos después sucedería algo sumamente escalofriante. Por favor, muy atentos.
Something pulling the sheet, I can't say, or if it's just his foot. Why wouldn't you ask for help?
Durante los primeros segundos podemos ser testigos efectivamente de cómo algo pareciera jalar su sábana. El movimiento repentino de aquel vaso.
We saw the glass move.
No obstante, esto no era lo más escalofriante. Y es que quizá no lo notaste, pero justo en el momento en el que aquel vaso se mueve, algo escalofriante logra verse en segundo plano. Por favor,
Really?
muy atentos.
Let's take a look. Oh! Is that a woman?
Un extraño rostro parecía estarlo vigilando desde la oscuridad de la habitación en la que cabe señalar es donde más fallecimientos de pacientes se han registrado.
A patient that was causing all of that activity? Well, this is certainly an unsettling story. What you're about to see was filmed by a night officer at a supermarket. He told us that one early morning he kept hearing what sounded like a shopping cart rolling down an aisle. Curious and a bit on edge, he started recording a truly unsettling moment.
Carrito me estaba molestando harto rato y de verdad que no sé si es verdad lo que me dicen de acá. No sé qué onda. Vamos a hacérnoslo. Hay algo sí que me molesta.
The cart began moving on its own, as if someone you couldn't see was pushing it. But there was no one nearby, so nothing could have set it in motion. According to some employees, this presence only shows up in the dead of night, when the aisles are completely empty, so it is unclear if perhaps the store is haunted. Or something else is going on in there. Now we are following Hunting the Unknown, who is investigating a supposedly haunted convent from the 1800s. This place was run by nuns till the late 1900s, until it was eventually shut down. Yet, some urban explorers claim that they have seen shadows in there, and even heard people talking when there was nobody else in there. Let's take a look at what this young man could capture tonight.
That's creepy, me like that.
Unbeknownst to the man, there's a dark cloaked figure standing in the room to the right. What's really interesting is that he didn't point it out, even after editing the video. So people think that this could have been a legit capture. Was somebody with him perhaps? Or was it the actual spirit of one of the former nuns? Comments range widely. Unfortunately, there's never been an answer to that question. What do you believe? Now we are taking a look at another terrifying dashcam encounter that was shared by a young man who was on his way home from work that night. He has to take a lonesome road through a forest, and many legends speak about different spirits that roam this stretch of land and which hope to catch a free ride ever so often. The man was creeped out so bad that he had to take a short break from driving after making it out of the forest. Is standing in the middle of the road, and our young driver stops the car for a minute to see her vanish. It almost appears as if she is sweeping herself underneath the car, falling backwards. And causing an odd interference with the dashcam at the time. Some say this is due to the editing of this video, to hide a cut, which is possible, but if that's not the case, we might be looking at a scary ghost encounter here. Now we are taking a look at another really odd dashcam recording, which was taken by a man who was on the way home one night. He tells us that it is pretty uncommon to come across people on that road, since it's very narrow and not intended for pedestrians. It was also very late that night, slimming down the chances that anybody would decide to walk these streets. Nevertheless, he came across a strange woman. The woman seems to be wearing red clothing of some sorts, but she's not carrying any light source, meaning that she must have been walking up that road for hours in pitch darkness. But the man didn't think anything of it and drove past her, only to run into her again a few minutes later. How was that possible? How could the lady be walking up this pitch-black mountain road faster than a car? Of course this is impossible, and the man was sure that he must have captured a ghost that night.
Investigate the haunted woods, so we're an Anglesey tonight.
Hey,
Said tonight twice, didn't I?
I told you to take over here as well.
So you're going over here?
That's all right. I'll do it again.
Whoa!
Okay.
Do you want to stand in the same place or
No,
stay
no.
there?
Joined Kev, Mark, I nearly said that. Okay, ready? One go. Join Kev, Mark, and Jamie as we.
I'll try it.
Okay.
Join us, Gypsy Paranormal, tonight as we investigate the haunted woods.
Okay. Just do go back and see what.
That wind is brutal.
I'll stand here for a minute and.
No, I missed it again. What was it? I hate when I miss it. There's somebody standing up there. What is that? I mean, it's definitely gone a few frames after that. This is interesting. The night officer began detecting unusual and mysterious sounds while monitoring an aging facility. He also reported occasional unexplained silhouettes that left him puzzled. The clip you're about to see shows what might be behind these eerie occurrences.
Vean eso, mi gente. Hay una luz ahí bien potente. Empezamos a escuchar ruidos. Y vean esto, mi gente. Vean eso. Hay una luz ahí bien potente, mi gente. ¿Qué es eso? Vean eso, mi gente. Ay, no mames. No mames, no mames, no mames, no mames.
This footage appears to have recorded something truly baffling. Quite a few people suggest this might actually be extraterrestrials making contact. And for some unknown purpose, they appear to be drawn to this location. Is this actually happening, or is there another explanation for these events? This video was uploaded by Moto2Wrist, who was riding his bicycle on a deserted mountain road one night. This road is situated in Hampi, which is also referred to as the Ghost City. He was on a day trip to the Ghost City, and after spending many hours there, he made his way back to the resort. However, due to the darkness, he missed a turn and got lost for a while on these dark roads. He was pretty unnerved, and there was no sign of any civilization. At this point in time, he tells us that he saw a woman who was dressed like a bride walking on the side of the road. does appear to be a woman in a white dress that is walking in pitch darkness, and I feel like she looks pregnant perhaps, but that of course could also just be her weirdly shaped dress. So if this wasn't just a confused woman, what else could it be? Maybe a spirit? What a scary thought. This video was shared by Nardan S, who was also on a nightly trip home. It is suspected that Nardan was traveling on a trike or similar motor vehicle of some sorts, and all that is known is that the forest leads through a pretty notorious haunted part of town. He wrote that he saw somebody standing in the distance, which made him quite uneasy, but eventually he drove past and captured something extremely creepy. The strangest and most scary part of this recording is the fact that whoever is standing on the side of the road in some sort of white cloth does not seem to have a face. It's just a head without any human features. So I don't think that it is that far-fetched for the driver to think that he was capturing a ghost on his camera at the time. Who can say for sure though? This recording shows a waitress, and it was actually uploaded by Function. And this is a restaurant, and apparently, as you just have seen, there's some poltergeist activity going on. Like the mob is moving by itself, just like that. But that's not everything. Oh, she's not alone. A colleague of hers. She's getting ready. Just cleaning up. There we have it. So I've read the description and it says that an evil entity is grabbing her hair, just pulling it back. Actually got hurt, not too bad, but apparently she quit the day after. Now another routine night shift. A security guard took his seat, reviewing the CCTV recordings as usual, when something strange grabbed his attention. The footage showed a man suddenly falling to the pavement, but what followed made the guard's blood run cold. As the man lay motionless, a dim, hazy form appeared to emerge from his body, drifting upward with eerie slowness before disappearing into the darkness. The guard moved closer to the screen and watched the scene multiple times. Could it be dust particles? Perhaps a lighting illusion? Or was he witnessing something beyond explanation? He wasn't alone in seeing it. Other people viewed the same recording, their expressions shifting from puzzlement to shock. The shape didn't simply drift, it moved deliberately. Now we want to follow a ghost hunter named Code. He traveled to an abandoned building, which apparently is said to house strange shadow entities. It was recently abandoned by family, since they could never get rid of these strange hauntings. Code made it up on himself to figure out if these legends about these unusual events were true. Let's take a look. Our friend seems to be a bit unconventional. It's not a common sight to have a so-called ghost hunter walking around with a piece, but probably it was for protection against other people, right? After opening a window, stuff now seemed to come down onto the man.
Opa! Tem gente aí, galera? Tem gente aí? Tô armado, hein? Cara, que sinistro. É você, Maior Preto? Nossa, que é isso, velho?
What appears to be a dark shadow seems to be seen more and more in this house. And only a few moments after that, it even seems to manifest. Some people believe that, at least. In the end, the man decided to make it out of there straight after, since he was pretty freaked out. I think that is understandable. This clip was sent by Tony, and he found it on the profile of Starzy. Starzy creates a lot of videos with her creepy doll. She takes it to all kinds of places, and sometimes has even tea parties with it. This night she was out at a local river. She was filming another silly clip when somebody else snuck onto this video. A young woman in a black dress, which seems to be pointing at something in the distance. Starzy didn't mention it at all, and only her viewers pointed out that there might have been a ghost girl on the recording. It certainly is a bit spooky, and if it wasn't one of her friends, what could be the reason for this? Now we want to take another look at Ghost of Carmel, Maine, where Kent is still investigating the hauntings in this old home, and he shared some really terrifying captures with us. Take a look.
Okay, that was definitely footsteps. Hello? Hello? After reviewing the recording, when the door opens, there looks like a shadow on the wall, but then a white mist quickly appears and moves to the side, then a downward motion. I did hear the disembodied voice, but couldn't make out what was said. After closely examining the footage, there did appear to be an apparition standing in the corner. But then there was movement. What looked like an apparition instantly turns into a white mist. The mist moves exactly like an orb, then disappears behind the bed. I've had a theory orbs can quickly change into mists, and the mist can quickly change into an apparition, then quickly change back and vanish. I see these mists move in my room almost every night, but this is the closest evidence mists are, to me, undeveloped apparitions that can quickly form into a full figure and back into a mist.
Are we potentially seeing the spirit disappearing behind the bed? Like many other apparitions did in the past. I still believe that the bloodstain on the floor is some form of portal for the apparitions.
But this is not an isolated incident. 2 days later, another encounter takes place.
I'm serious. Patty?
Kent enters into the seemingly empty bedroom. But then something happened.
What the hell was that?
I saw what looked like a white piece of paper floating across the stairway. We have seen papers levitating in midair and drop. When I viewed the recording, I was shocked to see a dark figure walking in front of the door. It looked like it came from the closet wall and walked right past the outer wall, based on its movements. I have seen this exact same shaped apparition before. 4 years ago, this apparition was captured in the living room. It looked like someone picked up a child and walked away. This time it looks like it's carrying a piece of paper. If the front section of this house was a former schoolhouse, could this be residual energy of the school teacher?
So, do you think this could be a shadow carrying a piece of paper or other item, perhaps? Or what else could this be? I'm actually out of ideas here, to be honest. Can we see it visiting Kent and even touching his hand here?
Whoa, okay, alright. I won't touch you. Okay, get off me. Okay, get back over there.
Make sure to follow the whole investigation in the last chapter of Kent's Ghost Chronicles on Ghosts of Carmel, Maine. The following case has been documented by user Garcia and has been put together by El Mundo DKB. The man is working at a local junkyard and apparently a lot of strange and mysterious things have been going on in his workplace. Eventually the man started documenting these encounters, and the following is one of the calmer ones, if you may say so. Garcia was working in Warehouse 2 at the time, which apparently is one of the hotspots for the weird activity. Let's take a look.
Hello? ¿Quién anda ahí?
There's some really strange noises.
Hola.
Jet lag?
Hello? ¿Hay alguien ahí?
Is there whispering?
¿Hay alguien ahí? Hombre, no hay nadie aquí. ¿Qué chingados fue eso?
It's like there's some really strange whispering in the background, but...
Hola. Hola. Faltan dos.
Maybe the wind blowing?
Hay unos vidrios. Ya ni voy a cerrar la parte, ya me voy. La chingada de aquí.
So certainly there were a few strange sounds that I have no explanation for per se. And now we're jumping into the next day when Garcia caught something even more strange outside of the shop on the junkyard.
Miren, les presento al Audi, el perrón.
So an Audi that had been in an accident.
Un poco de adentro. La persona se... El carro está aquí. Siempre lo han querido apachurrar, por eso tiene esas X.
Oh, so the car has been sitting there for 5 years and hasn't been squashed?
¿Sí ven esas cruces? Lo han querido
Why?
apachurrar, pero como tiene muchas cosas buenas todavía. Tiene los switches, el volante.
Oh.
Los asientos todavía. El interior está. Ay, güey. Ay,
What's
güey.
going on?
Se quiso menear solo.
The car started driving? By itself? Oh, this is not a self-driving car.
Susto me sacaste, man. ¿Qué pasó aquí?
Is it possessed?
Raza, el carro ya se quiere ir solo.
Does something like that even exist? Ooh, that's weird. So some people apparently suspect that this could mean that the soul that was part of the initial accident that had left our world might still be lingering this junkyard. Is that possible? Is that what could have caused that? But apparently there's more. Now, on one of the following days, he actually had his son with him. And he was operating a heavy vehicle, and then something else was captured.
Look! You see?
No.
No, look!
Oh, there's somebody walking.
I think she's walking! It's a girl!
¿Dónde?
You didn't see her?
Oh, and she's gone.
She's walking!
Oh, that's weird.
¿Dónde?
Allá! Where'd she go? I don't see her. She was like gone.
¿Dónde?
She was like right there. You see that truck, that, car right here?
Ajá.
Yeah, right there. I saw her.
So the man did not see it, only his son saw it? Really?
A ver, dale. Dale, 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 dale.
And the camera?
¿Dónde?
Right here.
¿Cómo era?
Huh?
¿Cómo era?
Like blonde hair.
¿Dónde caminó?
I saw her. She went this way.
Yeah, of course, she's not there anymore.
But I think she also went that side too.
Yeah, look at that. There is certainly somebody walking, but I can't say if that's a woman, especially with that filter on. It's really hard to say. It is quite weird, though, that this car was also driving by itself without a driver, although it was in a really terrible accident. Strengthening the fact that there might have been some paranormal activity at large.